Imagine soaring above a raging volcano, feeling the heat from molten lava just beneath your feet, defying gravity in one of the most dangerous stunts ever attempted. Sounds insane, right? Well, one man did exactly that, and today we're diving into the jaw-dropping story of Sebastian Alvarez and his death-defying flight over an active volcano. This is not just any flight. It's a mind-blowing wingsuit stunt that will leave you speechless. But who is Sebastian Alvarez? And how did he even get to this point? Stick around, because this story is one for the ages. Before we get into the action, let's take a moment to understand the man behind this unbelievable feat. Because trust me, Sebastian's story is just as incredible as his stunts. Sebastian Alvarez wasn't always the daredevil we know today. Born and raised in Chile, he had an early fascination with the skies. But unlike most kids who dream of flying, he actually made it happen. Sebastian started his career in the Chilean Air Force, where he trained as a fighter pilot. Yep, that's right. Before he was soaring in a wingsuit, he was maneuvering high-powered jets at insane speeds. His time in the military gave him the discipline, precision, and fearlessness needed to handle extreme aerial stunts. But deep down, he craved more. The rigid structure of the Air Force wasn't enough to satisfy his thirst for adrenaline. He wanted to push boundaries, to go beyond what was considered possible. And that's when he discovered the world of skydiving and base jumping. From the first jump, he was hooked. He left his military career behind to fully commit to extreme sports, quickly becoming one of the world's best wingsuit pilots. Sebastian wasn't just jumping for the thrill. He was constantly innovating, redefining what humans could achieve in the air. And that mindset led him to his biggest challenge yet, flying over an active volcano. Picture this, an active volcano spewing fire and ash, the ground trembling beneath it. It's one of nature's most destructive forces, unpredictable and deadly. Most people wouldn't dare go anywhere near it. But Sebastian, he had a different idea. He wanted to fly directly over it in nothing but a wingsuit.
Ha sido una idea muy original, muy creativa. Yo la verdad que cuando me lo contó creía que era un poco una locura, ¿no? Al principio, ¿no? Era como, no sé, no lo veía muy claro, ¿no? Luego sí por número, luego vinimos aquí a hacer el scouting y sí lo vi un poco más claro, ¿no? Pero al principio
This wasn't just about jumping and hoping for the best. Every detail had to be perfect. The timing, the altitude, the trajectory, it all had to be calculated with absolute precision. One wrong move, and the consequences would be catastrophic.
Un flare es una maniobra de wingsuit que hemos desarrollado en los últimos 2 o 3 años y básicamente es una maniobra en la que generamos mucha velocidad vertical, que la velocidad vertical es básicamente energía, esa energía la transformamos en velocidad horizontal y esa velocidad horizontal nos va a ayudar a generar otra vez velocidad vertical hacia arriba. Combinando esa maniobra, combinando ese timing, con combinarlo, hacerlo dentro de un cráter, con el humo, el calor, era una locura, ¿no?
There he goes, cutting through the sky at speeds of over 100 miles per hour, just meters above the fiery abyss. The heat is intense, the air unstable, but Sebastian is in complete control, threading the needle with unmatched precision. This is one of the most dangerous stunts ever attempted, and he's making it look effortless. He's so close to the lava you can practically feel the heat through the screen. Every second counts. One miscalculation and he could be pulled into the thermal updrafts or crash into the crater. But he keeps his cool, making split-second adjustments, and then he clears it. Unbelievable. The moment his feet touched the ground, the emotions hit him like a tidal wave. Relief, euphoria, pure adrenaline. He had done it, something no one else had dared to try. This wasn't just a personal victory, it was a testament to human courage and skill. His heart pounded in his chest, his breath coming in ragged gasps as the reality of his achievement set in. The weight of uncertainty that had clung to him before the leap was now gone, replaced by an overwhelming sense of triumph. Every muscle in his body still vibrated with the echoes of the impossible feat. He looked around, taking in the astonished faces of those who had witnessed his moment of glory. Their cheers rang in his ears, a symphony of admiration and disbelief. He had defied expectations, pushed the limits of what was thought possible, and emerged victorious. At that moment, he wasn't just a man, he was a legend in the making. And that, my friends, is why Sebastian Alvarez is one of the most fearless athletes on the planet. But this is just the beginning. What insane stunt will he attempt next? One thing's for sure, we'll be watching. If you love this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Extreme Record.